and you know this, what's the number one question that people want to ask about? Garments. So they were talking about wearing garments, and Jen said that up until she got pregnant, she wore her garments. And I was just thinking, are there pregnancy garments?
Yeah.
What? Oh, there are.
Maternity garments are the most comfortable ones. I don't understand. Lots of people don't like them. The maternity ones are okay, and it's this actually it came up. Well, okay, I'll answer your question first. So, yes, garments in general, and they're being talked about a lot right now, which is really weird because the church has come out with new ones that are like tank top style. And so I actually have a
Spicy.
podcast plan. I know. I cannot wait to slut it up in my tank tops this summer or whenever I get them. I cannot wait, Nicole. I can't wait. But it's like all these, anyway, certain people have these garments. They're like rolling them out in certain countries and like very hot countries. And so eventually we'll get them in the States. We don't have them yet. I am like Googling it every day. I have friends, like multiple group texts where we're like, are we getting them yet? Like, what's the status? When can we be free from wearing sleeves all the time? It's hot. The summer is hot. We need to, yeah, to breathe. But maternity garments they're a little different. And garments in general are just so interesting. It's like this thing, I feel like it is so indicative of so many parts of Mormonism because like when you're actually learning about garments in the temple, like they have such a this beautiful meaning and symbolism that like feels really special to me. But then the actual make of them it's like they're made, it's just like they're trying to do their best. I don't know where they're getting these patterns from. I imagine it being just like old women in like a giant room of sewing machines. Okay, we're gonna have to take this out. No, but I don't understand like the process by which garments are manufactured. I don't understand it. I have so many questions. Many women have so many questions. But maternity garments, like typically they're like you can get like ones that fit like waist level or on your hips, right?
Okay.
Maternity ones have like it's just like maternity pants, which I'm guessing you haven't seen. I mean, you
I
can imagine.
I have very loose sweatpants.
Yeah. Well, it's like what you need. The thing that kills you when you're pregnant is that it's like, well, obviously your waistline changes, right? And so
Yeah.
maternity garments, there's like a big piece of fabric that comes up and over your belly, and the waistband is like this thick, soft band of lace that is so much more comfortable to me than regular garments. I love maternity garments. I hate having things on my waist. So yes, there are different garments for maternity. There are also different nursing garments, which are like they have kind of like a crossover design, so you can pull them down to get at the area. And so, but one of the things that like, and you hear of all these little hacks that go around in your group chat, right? Like the nursing garments are a lot lower, like the V-neck is pretty low because of that design. And so I like before I even had kids, I had some friends that were like, you should just get the nursing ones if you ever have like a V-neck that's like a little bit low because they're lower. And that is something they actually said that in the first season of Secret Lives. And it was like the most like jarring. Like someone made just a throwaway comment like, oh yeah, and the nursing ones are pretty low. And that was like the most like I felt so exposed hearing that on the show. So yeah, I'm not surprised. Like wearing garments after you have a baby, and again, like garments we could and I'm sure we will at some point. We should spend a whole episode on them, but like it's hard, especially as women, like it's hard to wear them right after. It's hard to wear anything right after. And like I feel like the church has gotten a little bit more, I guess, just like understanding with women and like your needs as far as your underwear is concerned. But it is a really, really, yeah, it's a really tricky topic. And I get why she would stop wearing them after having kids. So that's a very
But
long answer to your question. But
do men have garments as well?
yeah, they do. But it's like for men, it's essentially they're like shorts and a t-shirt. But for men, it's like they're wearing briefs and like an undershirt half the time anyway. So
Yeah.
it's like
Hmm.
that's where I feel like it feels like there's a double standard because it's yes, they're the same for men and women, but typical underwear is not the same for men and women. And so it's not like, right? It feels like it's a lot
Yeah.
trickier as a woman to wear garments.
And is that like that's not something that I can just like go on Amazon and buy?
Oh no,
Or
no. You have to buy them through, so a distribution center. You can buy them online, but you have to like log in with your like membership account number.
There's a
So,
membership account.
oh yeah, there's a whole like online portal. You can pay your tithing online. You can
I
like book a
just
temple
imagine I
session
just
online. Yeah.
imagine the way that like I have like AAA, right? And like
Yeah.
if I go to get my hotel discount, like I have to like pull out my AAA card and like type in
Yeah.
my membership number. Like I just imagine being like, "Hey babe, can you get me my my temple card? I need my membership ID."
That's exactly what it is. Like and like if you go to a distribution center or have you heard of the Deseret Book, the church bookstore?
No. Is it
It's
like
just
a
like a
Barnes and
store.
Noble?
You got to go in there. Okay, we probably need to
Am
do
I
an episode on
allowed?
that at some point. Yes, yes, anyone's allowed, but you will feel like you'll walk in and someone will like smile so aggressively at you and ask you if you need help, and you'll probably want to walk right back out. Like it is like there's some great stuff in there, but it is like Mormon culture to the extreme. So yeah, there's a
Sweet.
section in there where you can buy temple clothes and garments, but you have to show your recommend. So yeah, okay, you asked another interesting question. Oh, well, you asked about crosses, which I thought was so fascinating that you picked up on that.
Yeah, because I just from working at the Tribune, like I have just been told if we because I do a lot of work with the Tribune Instagram, and I have just been told that when talking about an LDS or a religion coverage story, absolutely do not insert a cross in any way, shape, or form. So I said, okay, like no problem. I don't understand, and I'm not gonna ask why, but okay. Um, and then I just kept watching this season, and I'm like, well, there's a cross necklace, and there's a cross necklace, and like I think we touched in episode one that it's Christianity.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
I just
So, okay, Mormonism is so interesting because half the time we're trying to prove to the Christian world that we are Christian. We're like, we believe in we believe in Jesus Christ. The name of the church is the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, right? And it is a Christian religion, but also we're like, but we don't use crosses. And like the kind of doctrinal reason that they usually give is that, which I think is interesting and I guess makes sense to me. The doctrinal reason is that they want to focus on the resurrection of Christ and not the death, right? So that's kind of like the reason that they say like we want to focus on more hopeful imagery. And it's interesting for me, it's been interesting like if I've been traveling in Europe or somewhere where I'm looking at really old cathedrals, like how gory some of the crosses are. Like it's like a big cross and Jesus is hanging there and it feels so like scary to me, and it's just funny how like just what you're used to, what you're raised with becomes normal. Um,
yeah.
but it's really interesting. There's kind of this like wave of it's not any like official movement, but I've just been starting to see like younger girls like Gen Z wearing members of the church, the Mormon church, sorry, the longer name, wearing cross jewelry. And like I think it's kind of interesting. Gen Z members of the church kind of have their own, like a lot of them are just like um, I went on a mission and then I'm not wearing my garments anymore. Like, and that's fine. I'm still fully in the church, but I'm not wearing garments. I drink coffee, but I'm gonna still say I'm worthy to go to the temple because I don't think that matters. And like, they're kind of just like saying no to some of the stuff that like people my age and everyone older felt like it was super, super important. So I don't know. I kind of like it. I think it's cute. I actually saw, I'm always curious now when I see people wearing them. Like my son's speech therapist is, I don't know, she's maybe in her like later 50s. And I noticed she was wearing one. And I was so curious if she was another Christian denomination or if she was a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, because I'm curious if it's starting to like bleed into other generations. So anyway, that's just like a very weird like niche culture thing that I've noticed. So
That's super interesting. And honestly, I think there should be a petition for Gen Z or whoever to wear trumpet guy, Moroni. I
right?
think I think that should be the next necklace. I think that
Trumpet
that
guy
should
is
be
kind of going away. I think
no.
word on the street is that new temples won't have the angel Moroni on temples. I'm not sure why. I don't know. And that's one of those things again where like something that's so interesting about Mormonism, like because you believe that there's like a prophet who's revealing God's, current, wishes and whatever. That's like the most creepy way I could ever put that. What's a better way to say it? Because you believe that there is a prophet who speaks for God and is like giving the most recent guidance, we'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's hard to know, like, okay, so like with garments, for example. So did it never matter that it was covering my shoulders? Was that just like maybe they only knew, maybe it was like the most efficient way to make garments was to make them in this pattern. And then they've decided like for a logistic reason that doesn't matter. I mean, really it's because women who live in hot, humid climates are dying, right? So like
Yeah.
there's this like revelation side and then there's this practical side and then it's like with the angel Moroni, I don't even know as someone who's in it, like I don't know if I could tell you. I mean, I can't tell you the doctrinal reason why Moroni is on top of the temples and why it wouldn't matter. If that's like a change in revelation for him to be taken off or if that was just a cultural practice that happened.
I want to know, like, what Joseph Smith is his name, right?
Yes.
The guy.
The guy.
I want to know what his conversation with God was about garments. Like, I want to know what he heard.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. And that's again something where I'm like, that's why I said that garments feel like, I don't know, they just feel so Mormon to me. I don't know how else to say that because it's like this thing that is so holy, but it also has this like, um, it's so like, what am I trying to say? It's so just like scrappy and like the best we could do and like kind of frumpy and cheap. Like, I don't know. It's like we're
it
just doing
doesn't
the best.
look it doesn't look like designer material.
Okay, and you know what is crazy is seeing all these like there's a brand called Negative Underwear and like Skims. They have a lot of designs that I'm like, those are garments. And guess what? It's comfortable because you don't get a wedgie line. Like with little biker shorts, there are some things that are more comfortable.
This is
But
true
I'm like,
because
can we just make them that fabric? But they never will because they want to keep it so cheap. They want to keep it accessible for anyone in the world. Like, so again, it's like, it's a very
Kim
weird thing.
Kardashian, if you are listening, create a Skims line
A
and the
Skims
church
line.
will eat it up.
Yes. Yeah. Can you like give us a discount on your fabrics somehow?
Yeah.
That would be amazing.